Welcome back, dear students of class 6. Uh, Today we are going to start with the chapter 3, word processor, tabular presentation. We are going to study part 3 of this chapter. Okay? Now, in this part, we will talk about splitting of the cells. Okay, so we in the earlier parts we talked about how to edit tables, how to insert tables. Then we talked about how to do editing of tables or formatting. Then we studied formatting of the tables. Okay, changing row height, changing column width. These are the different topics that we studied. And now today we will be studying in formatting of table. Today we will be studying about the splitting of cells. So first, what is the meaning of this word split? To split means dividing something into parts. Okay, so if I have something and if I divide that something into two parts, that means I am splitting it. Okay, what am I doing? Splitting. Okay, so today we are going to study splitting of cells. So if I have one cell, okay, for example like this, if I have one cell, okay, see, this is a big cell. Okay, if I decide to split it into two parts, okay, so what I'll do, I'll split it into two parts. So see, now this single cell got split into two different cells. Yes, so this is called as splitting. Okay, so what is splitting? Splitting cells means dividing the selected cell into separate parts. Okay, so this is the definition of splitting cells. Now how to split a cell, I just showed you, but let me again show it to you in a very simple manner. So okay, so to split a cell we need to follow the given steps. Okay, what is the first step? The first step is always to select the cell that you want to split. Suppose I want to split this cell. Okay, see this cell, I have selected this cell. How to select the cell? You have already studied in the previous parts. Go to the left border of that cell and click. Okay, click once and the cell will be selected. So I have selected this cell. Okay, then click on the layout tab. Now see, can you see this layout tab over here? We have to click on this layout tab. Okay, and now in the layout tab we have to go to the merge group. See this group over here, can you see this group over here is called as the merge group. Inside this merge group we have a button which is called as the split cells button. Can you see this split cells button? Now we need to click on this button. As soon as we click on split cells button, what happens is a split cells dialog box. See this dialog box over here. Okay, this dialog box appears. Okay, now when this dialog box appears, in this dialog box we have to define the number of rows and columns. So if I want to split this into two cells, so I will select two columns. Okay, if I want to split. Okay, if I want only one row, so I will click one row and then I'll click on OK. So see, this single cell got divided into two different cells. Okay, now suppose I want to split this cell also. So again I'll do what? I'll select the cell. Okay, again I'll go to the layout tab, go to the merge group, click on the split cells. Now I know you will ask me a doubt. I know this with the experience that you will ask me the doubt, sir, what will happen if we select two rows also? Okay, so if I select two rows, this is what will happen. See, look at this. What happened? This single cell got divided into four cells. Now it has two columns. This is the first column and this is the second column, and there are two rows. This is the first row, this row, okay, and this is the second row. Okay, so this is how the cell got divided. Now I know one more doubt you are going to ask is that, sir, what is the meaning of this? what if we remove this? Merge cells before split. What is the meaning of this? Students, this is used when you want to, this is used when you want to split multiple cells together. Okay, multiple cells means what? More than one cell together. Suppose I want to split these, suppose I want to split these three cells. Okay, suppose I want to split these three cells together. Okay, again I'll select these three cells, I'll go to the design or to the layout tab, I'll go and click on the split cells. Now see, if I uncheck this, okay, if I uncheck this merge cells before split, see, I have unchecked it. Okay, earlier it was checked. If I keep it checked, what is going to happen? See, suppose if I uncheck it, okay, now see, number of columns is 2, number of rows is 1, and if I have unchecked this, see what is going to happen. Each cell got divided into two cells. Each cell got divided into two cells. Okay, when I unchecked on this button, merge cells before split. Okay, but see, now again I am performing this same thing, but this time I will not uncheck it, okay, so see what happened is that there were three cells. Because I selected two over here, that's why they got merged and they got split into, because I selected this now, merge cells before split. So what happened is that I selected 2 over here. So first what happened, before splitting, those 3 cells got merged, okay, and then they got split into 2 different cells. Okay, this is what happened. But if I would have selected suppose 4, so what will happen? Now see, all these cells got this split into 4 cells. So this is what it does. Okay, now that is not there in your syllabus, but still I explained because I know you people will ask doubt. Okay students, so let's go on to the next topic. I hope splitting cells is very clear to you. The next topic is called as merging cells. Now merging cells is just the opposite of splitting cells. Students, merging the cells is opposite to that of the splitting cells. So let's talk about what is meaning of merging cells. Okay, so sometimes data is split into numerous segments of a cell and you want to combine it in a single cell. Simply means that sometimes you want to combine two different cells, okay, or three different cells into a single cell. That time what is going to help you? Merging cells. Okay, so suppose I want to merge these 4 cells. Okay, there are 4 different cells and I want to make these 4 cells into a single cell. So what is the option that I am going to use? I am going to use merge cell option. Okay, merging cell provides a way to consolidate data into one cell. Consolidate means to bring all the data together into one cell. Okay, so let's see how to merge different cells. Okay, so first select all the cells that you want to merge. Suppose I want to merge all these 4 cells. So I have selected these 4 cells. Okay, then go to the layout tab, and then select the merge cells button in the merge group. So see, this is the merge group, and this time I'll select this button, merge cells, and as soon as I click on the merge cells button, look at this, all the 4 cells got merged into a single cell. Okay, the data gets merged in the cells. Okay, so isn't it very easy to merge cells? Okay, when you will practice, it will be very easy for you. Okay, Now, the next topic is applying borders and shading. Applying borders and shading to your table. Okay, so what is this? Let us see. You can enhance the appearance of a table by applying a variety of borders and shading styles. Okay, so to enhance the look of your table, you can apply different types of borders and shading styles to your cells. Okay, for example, see, this is a very simple looking table. Now if I want to color this border, see, this is a black colored border. If I want to change the color, the thickness of the border, the design of the border, then I will do what? I will use the option border and shading. So let's see how to add borders and shading to your table. Okay, so let's see what is the first step. Select the entire table by clicking on the table move handle. Where is the table move handle? This handle, this button, this button. Can you see this button? This button is called as the table move handle. So I will click on table move handle and entire table has got selected. Okay, after selecting the entire table, I am going to go to the click on the design tab. So see, this is the design tab. I am clicking on this design tab. Okay, then step 3 is to change the line style and line style. So what is line style? I'll tell you what is line style. See, this line is a straight line. Okay, so this is a straight line style. Okay, and line width means what? The thickness of this line. Okay, by clicking on the line style and line weight. So see, we have to click on the line style and line weight options respectively from the draw borders group. So this is the draw borders group. See, this button is line style button. See, when I go to this button, see, line style option is coming. So this is the line style button over here. So if I click on this line style, see, this is no border. This is the simple line. Okay, this is a bit pattern dotted line. Okay, then this is again little big dots. Yes, and so on. These are different line styles. Can you see? Whichever line style you want, you can select. Suppose I want this one. Okay, so as soon as I clicked on this line style, what is happening is I am getting a pencil icon. Now because I am on the draw borders button, so I have to draw on this. So see what I have to do. I have to draw on this. So I'll take my mouse. With the help of mouse, I will draw. See, wherever I'll draw, that particular border will change its line style. See, the line style has been changed. Wherever I am drawing, the line style is getting changed. Isn't it very easy? So this is how you change the line style. So I'll just change the line style of the entire table like this. See, this is how I change the line style of the entire table. Okay, now if I want to change the line width, okay, or line weight, so I can use this. Okay, the line weight option. What does the line weight option do? It changes the width of the line or the thickness of the line. So right now it is 3 by 4 point. If I make it 1 by 2 point, so again if I do this, okay, wait, I'll just change the line style. Okay, suppose I take this line, the normal one only. Okay, I have drawn it and now I want to change the line width. So what is line weight? The line weight is this, the thickness of the borders. So see, if I want to increase the thickness, I will select that particular thickness and see, I'm drawing it. So this line weight is nothing but the thickness of the border. Okay, wherever you want, you may draw it using the draw borders option. Okay, now see, this is a very tedious way to change the shading, border and shading. Okay, this is a very tedious way. I'll show you one very easy way after this. See, I'm changing the line weight or the thickness of the entire table, okay, by choosing this line weight button. Okay, I can even change the color by choosing the pen color. Suppose I want green color. See, I can change the color also from here. So this is one way to change the line, border and color. Okay, the next way is this way. I'll show you. There's one more method to change. Okay, there's one more method to change. Just select the entire table by clicking on the table move handle. Okay, then click on the drop down arrow next to the draw borders button and select borders and shading option from the list. So see, this is the draw borders option, and see, this is the drop down arrow next to the draw borders. So I will click on this. Okay, and then I will come to this last option, which is border and shading. As soon as I click on this, see, a dialog box has appeared. This dialog box is called as border and shading dialog box. So see, this is the border and shading dialog box over here. Okay, now see, in this dialog box, students, what I have to do is, first I need to go to this all. Okay, choose all option under the setting. So see, this is the borders tab. Okay, this is the borders tab. Okay, this is the shading tab, this is the borders tab. So first I'll go to the borders tab and I'll click on this all button under this setting. So I'll click on this all got selected. Okay, then I will come to this style option, whichever style I want. Suppose I want this style only. Okay, suppose I want this style only, I don't want to change the style. Okay, whichever style I like, I can choose that. Okay, there are many styles. Suppose I want this style only. Okay, then I can choose the color from here. Okay, see, you can select the color from the drop down menu here. See, this is the drop down menu for the color. Suppose I want red color. Okay, so the red color has been selected, and this is the width. Width is again the weight of the line or the thickness of the border. So suppose I want 4.5 point. Okay, so after doing this, after selecting all this, okay, I need to come over here, apply to table. Select apply to table. There are different options over here, but I have to select table only. Okay, I have selected table from here, and then I'll click on OK. As soon as I click on OK, look at the students, the borders have been changed. Okay, now how to give the shading effect? To give color effects to your table, click on the shading tab. Again, now I have to go to the shading tab. Okay, and I can choose whichever color I want inside the shading tab. Click on the drop down arrow and fill whichever color I like inside the the color palette is this is the color palette, and this is getting displayed. Whichever color I like, I will choose that color. Okay, I will choose that particular color. Isn't it very easy? Okay, see, I'll come over here, I can come over here, I can click on OK. This is also one way. So this is how you change the border and shading of a table. Students, you practice this and I'm sure you will understand this in a more efficient manner, because without practice it will be very difficult for you to remember this. Okay, so this was how to apply borders and shading to your this table. The next topic that we need to study is the resizing of a table. How to resize a table? Resizing means what? Resizing means increasing or decreasing the size of the table. Resizing means both increasing the size of the table or decreasing the size of the table. Both means resizing of the table. Okay, that means changing the size of the table. Okay, so in Microsoft Word you can increase or decrease the size of a table manually. Manually means by your own. Okay, by using the table resize handle. Now where is this table resize handle? See, when you come to, suppose this is your table, okay, at this top left hand side you will get a button which is called as the or the handle which is called as the table move handle. Okay, so when you click on this table move handle, what happens? The table gets selected, and if you keep on left clicking it and then if you move it, then this will move the entire table. That's why this handle is called as the table move handle. But if you come to the diagonally opposite of this and come over this side, bottom right hand side, then you can see this small box over here, small square box over here, this one. Okay, if you go toward, if you take your mouse cursor towards this small square box, then a arrow comes to you. This small square box is called as the table resize handle. This is called as the table resize handle. So you can change the size of the table by clicking on this table resize handle, and if you go outside, if you move towards this side, see the size of the table got increased. But if you want to decrease the size, again go to the table resize handle and move inwards, and see the size of the table is decreased. So this is how you manually increase or decrease the size of the table. Okay, by using this handle which is called as the table resize handle, this square box over here. Okay students, now there is one more way. Okay, there is one more way. The Word, Microsoft Word, students, also this was manual way, the one which you studied. The Microsoft Word also offers a ready-made solution to resize the table. Okay, resizing of a table can be done by the auto fit option. Which option? The auto fit option. Okay, so using this auto fit option also we can change the size of a table. Okay, now this auto fit option offers us the flexibility to automatically resize the column width. Okay, column width, that means this is a column, this is the entire column, and from here to here is the width of this column. So you can automatically resize the width of the column based on different criterias. Criterias means different conditions. Okay, so I'll tell you about these criterias where in the upcoming part. Okay, so you can set the table width based on the window size. Okay, so what, see, this is the size of the window. From here to here is the window size. From this end of the page to the this end of the page is the window size. Or convert it back to a fixed column width by using this auto fit option. What this means, I'll show to you practically. Okay, first click on the drop down arrow of the auto fit button. First select your table. Okay, the first thing is always select your table, then click on the drop down arrow of the auto fit button. Auto fit button is present in the layout tab in the cell size group. So go to this layout tab and go to this cell size group. You can see this button over here. This button is called as the auto fit button. So when you click on this auto fit button, it will display three options. It will display you three options. The first option is auto fit contents. The first option is auto fit contents. Now what does auto fit content do? It adjusts, okay, the auto fit contents option, students, it adjusts what? The column width according to the data entered. So see, this is there are two columns over here, this column and this column. Okay, now see, column width is from here to here, from here to here. This is the first column's width and this is the second column's width. If I select auto fit contents, look what is going to happen. Look at this table. See what happened. It fitted the what it did is it automatically changed the width of the table according to the data. So this was the length of the data inside this column, maximum length of data. According to this, it fitted the column width of this column, and this over here, this was the maximum length of the data in this column. So according to this, it fitted the column width of this column. So this is how you use the auto fit contents. Okay, it adjusts the column width according to the data entered. Okay, so whatever data is entered, if I had written, if my data entered would have been of this size, okay, so what, and my column would have been of this size, so what I would have selected it, I have gone to the layout tab, auto fit, and then auto fit contents. So now see, the maximum length of the entered data in this column is this, that's why it has changed. Okay, the column width has increased because the entered data size is also increased. That is why it is changing according to the entered data. So this option is called as auto fit contents. Okay, the next option is auto fit window. Okay, when we select this auto fit window option, selecting this option will adjust the table according to the margin set on the window. Okay, margin set on the window. See, earlier only I told you that this is my window from this side, this over here, okay, this white side of the page, left side of the page, okay, to this side, this is my window. Okay, so if I select on the table, okay, and if I click go to layout tab, if I then I go to auto fit, and if I click on auto fit window, so it will change my tables this column width according to the margin set on the window. Right now what margins I have set, see what is the meaning of margins. Right now my margin is 0.8 centimeter from top, okay, 0.7 centimeter from bottom, 0.7 centimeter from right, and 0.7 centimeter from left, and 0.7 centimeter from right. So see what it will do, it will leave 0.7 centimeters from here, it will leave 0.7 centimeters from here, and it will increase the column width of my table. Look at this auto fit window. See, from here this side to this side, it has left how much space? 0.7 centimeters. Same, how much it has left? 0.7 centimeters. If suppose I change the margin, okay, if I change the margin of my window, okay, so right now what I've done is I have changed the margin of my window, and again I am changing the size of my table. Okay, I have changed the margin of my window to what? Look over here. Right now the left margin is 2.54 centimeter. Earlier it was 0.7 centimeter, and the right margin was 2.54 centimeter. So now let me select my table and go to the layout, auto fit window. Now see, now it is leaving how much space from the margin? 2.54 centimeter from here to here, and 2.54 centimeter from here. So what is auto fit window? Auto fit window adjusts the table according to the margin set on the window, according to the margins that I have set on my page. According to that, it will change the column width of my table. Okay, the next option is fixed column width. So if you select the fixed column width, the fixed column width gets fixed and the text is wrapped in the same cell. It basically does not do more things. Okay, it just wraps your, see, suppose this is my table. Okay, and these are my respective column widths. If I select fixed column width, it will do nothing. It will just make this column width fixed and the text is wrapped in the same cell. That means the text will be fixed inside these cells. Nothing is going to happen. Whatever my table size is, it will be according to that. The column width get fixed and the text is wrapped. Okay, what is the meaning of wrapping of text? Is that suppose if I have selected smaller, the smaller column width, okay, and if I select this one, okay, it will do nothing. It will just keep my text wrapped. Okay, so this is the fixed column width. It will do nothing. It will just fix the column width gets fixed and the text is wrapped in the same cell. So the text is inside the same cell and it will keep the column width fixed. So this is it. In the next lecture, students, we will talk about the alignment of text, alignment of a table, okay, calculations in a table and updating calculations in a table. So in the next lecture, students, we are going to study these three topics. Okay, I hope you are going to practice these topics that we have studied today. Today we studied splitting cells, then we studied merging cells, okay, then we studied resizing of table, okay, and we also studied applying borders and shading to a table. Okay, so with this I come to an end to this lecture. I want to put an end to this lecture. Okay, we'll meet in the next lecture, okay, tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself and you all be well. Thank you.